the new generation.
We come to you tonight from Cleveland, Ohio. That's Tower City in the background. And we welcome you to our second 2014 edition of Showbox, the new generation, here on Showtime. Tonight, we're going back to college. We come to you from the Wolstein Center on the campus of Cleveland State University here in Cleveland, Ohio, for a couple of returning Showbox participants. Here's what's on our menu. We are going to start things off with the young master, Amir Imam, as he takes his second Showbox appearance, and he will face Jared Robinson in a matchup of undefeated super lightweights. Then, Angelo Santana hopes to rebound from a devastating setback right here on Showbox when he faces battle-tested Hammer and Hank Lundy, who comes off one of his very best wins in a lightweight encounter scheduled for 10 rounds. And hello again, everybody. I'm Barry Tompkins. A pleasure to share these Showbox microphones with my partner, Steve Farhood. And Steve, the first time we saw Angelo Santana, knocked our socks off. We thought, here's the next great champion. Next time we saw him, he got stopped in 9 rounds by a last-minute substitute. So I guess the biggest question is, which Angelo Santana shows up tonight?
Well, Barry, the key question, where is Angelo Santana psychologically? Now, at the fighter meetings yesterday, I wanted to bring my friend, Dr. Sigmund Freud, with us to make that determination. He couldn't make it. I had to make the decision myself. I think he's in a good place, Santana, because he has an excuse for that terrible loss on Showbox. He came into camp grossly overweight. He was also very concerned about the illness of his grandmother. Legitimate excuses? It doesn't matter what we think. They're legitimate to him. That puts him in a good psychological place tonight. He should be able to fight as well as he's capable of fighting. Angelo Santana is a Cuban puncher whose status in the lightweight division will be determined right here, right now. There have been 2 fights on Showbox for Santana. One explosive highlight film KO win, one terribly disappointing KO loss. No more room for excuses. Show us, Angelo Santana, whether you're special or whether you've been heavily overhyped. Tonight is your night of truth. Hank Lundy will fight anybody, anywhere, and he's beaten his share of championship-level fighters, but he's yet to fight for a world championship. When asked how badly he wants to try at a title, Lundy told us, "I'm dying for it." Lundy's 30. There might not be any more chances. A win tonight, and he could get the opportunity he's been chasing.
All right, Steve, well, we may not have Dr. Sigmund Freud. We do have Dr. Diamante, third member of our broadcast team, Raul Marquez. And Raul, in a guy like Santana, what he could have done tonight, he could have fought a cupcake, not been on TV, and just let things go the way they should go with a cupcake. Instead, he's fighting a guy that's got a legitimate chance to beat him. You've been in this situation before. Is he making the right decision?
Well, as a fighter, Barry, I understand why he's took this fight. He's trying to revive his boxing career, prove that he belongs with the elite, and that he's just not another face in boxing. Now, in doing that, he's taking a huge, very huge risk. If I was his boxing manager, I would have taken another easier fight. You know, he needs more like a tune-up fight on TV. Where he's more relaxed. There's not so much pressure on him, and just work and correct some of his mistakes that he's done in the past. Get that easy win, build up that confidence, then go for that big fight. Barry, let's be realistic here. We're in the boxing business. 2 losses here in a row could be a career killer, and we might not ever see him again, and he knows that too.
Yeah, and I think that's really what makes this main event that we're going to be watching tonight as compelling as it is. But before we get to that, let's get to our first fight of the evening, and this one should be very entertaining as well. It takes place in the super lightweight division. 2 guys who have not yet tasted defeat, Amir Imam and Jared Robinson. They are going 10 rounds, and somebody's O is going to go. And here is a look at 31-year-old Jared Robinson. He comes to us from Charlotte, North Carolina. Began boxing at age 19 when some of his friends went off to college and others went off to the Marine Corps. The now 4-year pro has built his record exclusively in the South against less than stellar competition. Well, tonight he steps up big time. He's gone 6 rounds on 5 occasions, and to win, he'll most likely have to hear the bell sound ending the 10th and final round. A self-professed boxer. Robinson's going to look to avoid the power of Imam and finesse his way to a victory. So, Steve, for the first time tonight, let's go behind the numbers.
For Jared Robinson, Barry, not a puncher, question mark. Robinson has 6 KOs, but he's never stopped a fighter with a winning record. His most recent victim was 1-8-1, sitting it out. Unlike Imam, who's been busy, Robinson's schedule hasn't exactly been taxing. There was only 1 fight in 2013, and it lasted only 1 round. And late start, Robinson had a good amateur career, but he didn't turn pro until the age of 26. He's 31 now, as in now or never.
So that's a look at Jared Robinson, undefeated, but has not yet faced the caliber of fighter that he should be facing tonight in Amir Imam. And here is a look at Amir, the young master Imam. He comes into tonight's festivities with a flawless 12-0 record. 11 of those 12 wins came by way of knockout, most of which have been of the short and sweet variety. Like his opponent, his record has largely been built on outclassed opponents. He's only gone as far as the 4th round on 2 occasions, and one of those was in his first fight when he went the distance. Everything else has been a knockout, and 10 of those knockouts have been inside of 2 rounds. We got our first look at Imam last April when he faced a former hotshot amateur by the name of Jeremy Bryant. Well, Imam dispatched Bryant in the 2nd round, and that was the best win of his young career. 3 fights since then, 3 more knockouts, including a 1-round blowout of a 43-fight veteran. That came just before Christmas. So, Steve, again, let's go behind the numbers.
For Imam, Barry, pure puncher, quality of opposition aside, Imam's KO'd every single opponent since his pro debut, and he's finished the last 10 of them in 2 rounds or less. Doing the DR. Speaking of quality of opposition, 4 of Imam's 6 most recent fights came in the Dominican Republic. The combined record of those 4 victims, 10 wins, 101 losses, and 8 draws. And rounds we go. Obviously, 26 rounds in 12 pro bouts isn't a lot. So at this point, Imam's people need to put him in with fighters who can last. We're about to see if they've done so tonight.
All right, and with that, we are ready for our first bout of the evening. Amir Imam and Jared Robinson, super lightweights, scheduled for 10 rounds or less. So for the introduction of the fighters for the first time this evening, we take you to the center of the ring, and the ring announcer tonight, Jim Davis. Jim?
Ladies and gentlemen, a pleasant good evening and welcome to the Wolstein Center on the campus of Cleveland State University for Showbox, the new generation, brought to you by Don King Productions and the city of Cancun in association with Cleveland Hopkins International Airport and Showtime.
Don King wishes to thank the Honorable Governor Roberto Borge Angulo of the great state of Quintana Roo for the presence of Cancun at this great boxing event. The event is sponsored by the City of Cancun and the Cleveland Hopkins International Airport. He wishes to thank the entire staff from the office of Mayor Frank G. Jackson of the great city of Cleveland and Director Ricky Price of the Cleveland Airport Authority.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, first introducing you to the 3 judges scoring ringside. Jamie Garua, Ben Rochester, and Mike Wick. The 3rd man in the ring when the bell sounds will be Jamie Howe. This bout is scheduled for 10 rounds of boxing action in the super lightweight division. Presenting first, fighting out of the blue corner, he enters the ring wearing black with red trim trunks. He weighed in at 139.5 pounds. His record stands at 14 wins and no losses, with 6 wins by way of knockout. Please welcome from Sumter, South Carolina, the Quiet Storm, Jared Robinson. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner wearing black trunks. He weighed in at 140 pounds. He's undefeated in 13 professional fights, 12 wins, 11 by way of knockout. From Albany, New York, please welcome the young master, Amir Imam. 10 10 rounds in the super lightweight division.
Go to work. Come on out. Go to work. That mouthpiece? I got his mouthpiece right here. All right, let's go. Take this off. Yes, sir. Thank you, man. You got it? Keep your hands up good. Start establishing. Find out where he is.
All right, boxing. All right, gentlemen, you all know the rules. Do you have any questions? Let's keep it a clean, fair fight.
Stop all that noise.
Touch them up now. Don't touch again until the end of the fight. Good luck to you.
Let's go.
Tailor the tape with these two. Not too much to choose from in terms of the physical dimensions. The real key here is the ring. 16 feet. It's one of the smallest rings I've ever seen. That should favor the puncher in the matchup, Imam. And the rules here are the unified rules. No standing 8 count, no 3 knockdown rule. Only the ref can stop the fight. Can't be saved by the bell in any round. And if there's an accidental foul that stops the fight before end of round 4, no decision. After that, we go to the cards, Barry.
All right, with that, we're set to go. Our first fight of the evening here on Showbox. Amir Imam in the solid black and Jared Robinson in the black with the red waistband. And it's Robinson who comes right out firing. Not connecting a lot, but firing.
Big surprise, because when we talked to him in the fighter meetings, he didn't say he was going to do that till the second half of the fight. So he's trying to surprise the inexperienced Imam.
Certainly surprising us.
Well, you know, he's never been scheduled past 6, Robinson, so this might be the attack of a fighter who's not sure he can go 10. And with this size of this ring, why not go for it?
So far, he's not allowed Imam to get off, but now Imam fights off, throws pretty good straight right hand there by Robinson.
Robinson once rated 3rd in the country in the amateurs. Imam, 1 fight short of making the 2012 Olympic Games. He lost to Errol Spence. And in terms of professional experience, you see Robinson turn pro more than 2 years earlier, but only he's had 2 more fights. He's had a lot of lapses.
Imam just a moment ago, very good body shot.
Yeah, so far Imam showing a lot of relaxation up in the ring, you know, and he gets that for sparring with professionals like Sean Porter, Gamboa, Richard Abril.
You can see he's a heavy-handed puncher.
Well, if that right hand took out Jeremy Bryan with 1 shot.
Works the body extremely well.
Now, the problem with that Robinson kamikaze attack is if you don't get rid of your guy, where are you?
Yes, in the ocean.
And he's, well, he's still attacking.
Yeah, and a good right hand there.
But Robinson does have some hope because Imam has never been past 2 rounds in quite a while. He only went 4 rounds the first 2 fights of his career.
And didn't even really go 4 rounds in his second fight because he stopped him in the 4th round. And Robinson continues to throw and continues to connect.
I'll tell you what, if he's in shape and Robinson's in shape, he can keep this pace. Obviously, he's confident the way he came out. He's going to give Imam the favorite some problems here. Of course, it's just the first round.
Yeah, I think the key will be can Robinson maintain this kind of attack, and now he's starting to get hit a little bit.
Yeah, and you can clearly see that Imam is the heavier puncher here.
Well, in an effort to get Imam rounds, his last fight, they put him in with a veteran.
Good shot there, that hurt Robinson.
See if he gets out of the round.
And a good right hand, again, a left to the body and a right to the head. Imam showing good patience here.
Yes.
You take a step back in this ring and your back is against the ropes. It is tiny.
Good right hand again by Imam. And a left hand drives Robinson into the ropes. Another left hand. And Robinson is saved by the bell. So, the strategy for Imam.
I like the way you're using that jab, all right? Keep busting him up with the jab. You understand?
I have to cut the ring off, keep pressure, and put my foot down in the ring. Let them know it's my time, it's my ring. I run this.
I believe he's a power puncher, and so he sets down, he gets good leverage on his shots, and so being able to keep him out of just setting, not keeping him comfortable with just setting down and throwing whatever shot he wants to throw, but making him pick up his feet and move to find me.
Yeah, Robinson made an interesting comment when he talked with us in our fight. I mean, he said his power is his weakness, that he has a rhythm and he telegraphs his right hand.
Time!
Well,
go Mitch corners.
I could see how you could say his power was his weakness with Iman, but so far Iman showed a lot of poise in that first round. And what he meant by that is that, what Robinson meant by that is that he loads up too much with his shots, but he wasn't showing that in the first round. Iman, he really was putting his punches together.
And showing a good jab and working the body. I thought he was very effective in that first round after that early flurry by Robinson.
Interesting show stats. Imam 41 connects, Robinson 19. It didn't seem that one-sided.
I'll tell you what, Imam's jab is solid, straight, solid, hard. It's a good jab.
Yeah, so far, Iman, he's showing a lot of relaxation. He's so relaxed. And he didn't let Robinson's pressure get to him at all.
No, in fact, Imam is doing a better job with his back to the ropes here than Imam, who had him, or rather than Robinson, who had him pinned to the ropes.
And for Imam, this is already a long fight.
That's right.
His last fight, they put him in with a veteran in an effort to get him rounds. He knocked the guy out in 52 seconds.
Yeah.
Sent him to the hospital.
Well, his people and he himself,
hands are free.
There's no lack of confidence.
Yeah, that's for sure. Trainer Stacy McKinley used to work with Mike Tyson.
Robinson's trying. I got to say that he's just getting outgunned.
Yeah, just getting overpowered. You could see the strength and the power punches of Iman. And I like the way he changes up his combination. I'll tell you what, them body shots are really taking a lot out of Robinson. A lot of steam.
You see Robinson backing up now,
yes.
and he's going to have the same problem Imam had, which is when you back up in this ring, you're back to the ropes.
Good left hand.
Well, that was a check left hook that he caught him with.
Here's the power numbers, no contest.
Yeah, Robinson trying, but Imam is much harder punching.
Good defense, too, by Iman, rolling with the punches, making a miss, and countering off of that.
You know, you watch a round and a half here, and you think it's not a false confidence with Imam.
There's been a subtle shift this round for sure because Robinson's backing up.
Good body shot with the left hand. He really cranks that body shot.
Yeah, he's ripping him, and it's killing. It's hurting Robinson. Look at him. He's backing up. He's covering up.
Oh, good uppercut right there. And I think that got Robinson's attention, too, at the bell. That's a complete round, I would have to say, for Amir Imam.
Put the jab up, okay? Work the big from behind the stick. You can't get out of the way with jab. He pick a booing. As long as you keep sticking, you pick a booing, that jab gonna go straight through there. Boxing good. Look for everything back. Don't let it hit you with shit. Keep picking them apart. Now listen, on the body shot, you're going down here good. Now raise up to the rib, about here in the ribs, and up in the solar plexus, okay? Very good.
All right. Gotta see that right hand, brother. Okay. I know you're seeing it because you bring your arms together, but you can't throw from there. Just throw that motherfucker over the top and slip it to your left, throw it over the top. Come back with the jab, stepping around. Remember your lies, remember your zero, all right?
Right.
Lies and zeros. The lies gonna help you set up punches, and it's gonna get you back to the center.
Seconds out. Let's go, seconds.
Round 3 of this 10-round fight. And Robinson, of course, did tell us he wants to take Imam into deep water. Pretty good shot with the left hand by Robinson. That drove Imam into the ropes. Another good left hand by Robinson. And another good left hand by Robinson.
He's looping his punches a little bit. He may get caught by a straight punch. But I like the attitude of Robinson. He's fighting like a guy who's never lost. He's fighting to try to win. He just can't maintain the attack that long at one time.
And not only that, he's taking some hard shots from Iman. shows he's got a decent chin. Any other guy would have probably dropped already from them shots.
Imam, everything going right. The jab is landing, the body shots are landing. It's almost like he can't decide what to do next because everything's working.
Yeah. Yeah, he makes every punch count too. He's not careless.
Throws that left hook to the body a lot. Now he needs to double up to the top or come back with his right hand to the body to change it up. You paralyze one side of the body. We're not paralyzed both sides.
Robinson, to his credit, he's trying to battle him.
And he's landing his share of shots. Raul mentioned in the very first round how calm and composed Imam is. That hasn't changed. He's still the same now in round 3, and that's going to serve him well if he's stretched out here today, because again, he hasn't been past 2 rounds since his second fight.
He says, I go the rounds in the gym. I don't have to worry about it. Oh, he had a left hand that bloodied the nose of Imam.
Robinson got hurt by a counter right there.
Well, Robinson did say in the fighter meeting that he was in great shape, no problem to go 10 rounds, and perhaps that's why he's putting a lot of pressure. But at the same time, when he's putting that pressure, he's taking risks. So he needs to work on his defense and not get hit too much by the bombs that Imam is throwing.
Yeah, Robinson a little bit squared up as he attacks.
Just missed the counter right-handed Imam.
Robinson goes southpaw.
And he's squaring up too much, Robinson.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a big mistake there. You don't square up like that with a guy like Imam.
There's a cut over the left eye of Imam. And bleeding from the nose.
Well, that's 3 rounds for Imam. He hasn't seen 3 rounds in a while.
Well, we invite you to visit our website, show.com/sports, where you'll find exclusive videos, fight clips, and more on everything Showtime Sports. Take a look at our new boxing blog. It features articles from award-winning writers like Steve Farhood, the man on my left. The latest installment is an overview of tonight's main event. So log on to our website, show.com/sports. Don't forget to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Good job, partner.
Thanks a lot. We take a look at action from round 3. Counter right hand by Imam. You see the blood on the left side of his face. As Barry said, he's cut.
You come out strong every time on the first round. Keep your hands up.
So we come to round 4. And even though Imam is not yet in uncharted waters, he doesn't seem any the worse for wear of it for it.
Never been cut before, though. Never down, never cut. So this is an unusual experience for him and something he has to overcome. It's a good thing for it to happen early in a young prospect's career.
He's not going to have a problem with that because he's just such a calm fighter, such a relaxed fighter. Talking about Imam.
Oh. Good right hand, a left hand behind it by Robinson. Imam takes a left hand of his own, a left hand of the body, and missed an uppercut.
Imam is making the mistake of backing straight up with his hands down. That's the reason why he got caught by Robinson with them overhand rights and left hooks. See, he just did it again. There's very few fighters that could get away with it, like Floyd Mayweather. And we saw Adrian Broner who could not get away with it.
Triple jab from Imam. Robinson has had his moments. He's just not been consistent.
It's asking a lot for a 6-round fighter to go 10. You got to think that's in the back of his mind. Can I do it? Do I have to pace myself? Is he over-pacing himself? You add the small ring, and they're doing that much more fighting.
Oh, absolutely. That is in his mind, especially when you're hitting a guy with your best shot. Oh,
and there was a right hand on the top of the head, and it knocks Robinson right out of the ring. get back on his own. He can't be helped.
9, 10, 11.
Wow.
And that's it. They stopped the fight.
You have to give it to Robinson. He was out. He was able to climb up the stairs, go over the ropes. Showed a lot of heart.
He did. And getting us out of the ring, you have 20 seconds to get back in. He did it. It was the referee's decision to stop the fight. And just an interesting note about Jamie Howe, the referee. This is his first professional action since May 2010. His total of professional experience, 3 4-round fights before this.
And yet, I don't think badly stopped.
Yeah, I'm not commenting on the stoppage, but it was a very, very inexperienced ref. And what we saw when Robinson went out of the ring, Stacy McKinley, a veteran cornerman and the trainer of Imam, jumped on one of his own guys because his own guy was touching and handling the fighter who had been knocked out. That could be a disqualification. Stacy McKinley was very smart to pull his man, Imam's man, off of Robinson so that there wouldn't be a DQ.
Looked like it landed near the top of the head.
Well, the right hand of Imam is tremendous. Yeah, you called it perfectly, Barry. And look at that. Oh, that's a hard fall. And you see the handler there. I think that's Luis Perez, the cut man. And Stacy McKinley jumped on Luis Perez and said, let the fighter be. The rule is that he can't be aided getting in the ring or held down, either one. And look how quickly he got back up.
Look at Robinson. Yeah, that's a warrior right there, guys.
He got in plenty of time.
Looked like it was right on the temple, huh?
Yeah.
Similar to the 1-2 that Jeremy Bryan got knocked out by Imam on Showbox. And this is a great angle. You see the microphone there, and he goes head and shoulder down first. And Stacy McKinley pulls his man off. It's remarkable that Robinson had the presence of mind to handle this the way he did and just climb right back in the ring like he was
absolutely
like he was supposed to be there.
And you know, it wasn't only the punch that knocked him down, it was 2 solid jabs that set up the knockout punch.
And to Jamie Howe's credit, he took a good long look at Robinson before he stopped the fight. I don't know what he saw. Obviously he has a much closer vantage point than we do, but it was something in the eyes, because the fighter did not look particularly wobbly to me.
No, and you got to be impressed with what you saw from Amir Imam. I mean,
yes,
you know, he's 13-0. He hasn't really fought anybody of great note yet, but I'll tell you what, you got to like what you see.
Well, his nickname is the Young Master. That's homage to Joe Gans, the old master. And Stacy McKinley's talking about a title fight. That seems a little ridiculous at this point, given the fact that the kid's never been past 4 rounds. But a good learning experience tonight because he got attacked in the first round. And Don King, who has not made a career out of developing young fighters, he usually uses fighters who are established, is developing Amir Imam. And this is a homecoming for King, because 41 years ago, he ran a charity event here in Cleveland, his hometown, with Muhammad Ali to raise money for a hospital.
That's right. And one other thing, too, about him, he also got cut for the first time, and he had to overcome that, too. And he did it in very impressive fashion, I thought.
I agree, and Don King has a very, very hot 140-pounder right here.
I think so, too. All right, let's make it all official. We'll take you up the center of the ring once more. Here's Jim Davis. Jim?
Cleveland, Ohio. After 1 minute, 59 seconds, we have a knockout. Put your hands together. Still undefeated, the young master, Amir Imam.
Well, very impressive performance. I mean, there's nothing you could say about this guy. He withstood an early attack by Robinson. Robinson went after him right at the opening bell. He survived that very nicely, came back, and I thought actually won the first round. In fact, on my card, I had him winning all 3 rounds. And he finished it in style.
Yeah, he did. I mean, I got to give it to his trainer, Stacy McKinley, that was really talking him up because he sparred with so many pros. But one thing is sparring and one thing is in the real fight. When the lights come on, you know, the cameras, the crowd, Showtime, and this kid performed. He kept his cool, kept his calm, and got away with a big knockout tonight.
And you see the final show stats. Robinson did his share of landing, certainly did his share of throwing. 203 punches is not bad. But the body punching, that was perhaps the biggest difference. Again, Robinson, a 6-round fighter, and when he got hit so much so early to the body, he just couldn't attack anymore.
No, here's another look and watch. 2 jabs set it up. There's 1, there's 2, and then boom.
Yeah, look at his balance. I mean, he touched him with the jab, the next jab, and then he landed that big power shot, and that was it. That's all he needed.
And why are fighters taught to lead with the jab? That double jab, Barry, as you pointed out, you could see in the replay, blinded Robinson. He never saw the right hand that knocked him out.
Absolutely. Well, still to come, our main event. Angelo Santana, a guy with something to prove against a veteran coming off a very big win, Hank Lundy. That is our next fight, our main event, and we're really looking forward to this one because these are a couple of guys, each of whom can take a big step forward or a big step back. And that's what you really like about this whole Showbox series, I think.
No doubt about it. This is a main event that I've been looking forward to as soon as it was announced. It's one of the more interesting main events because Santana is risking so much tonight.
All right, so one of the books from here at the Wolstein Center in Cleveland. Coming up next, our main event, as we said, Angelo Santana and Hank Lundy. March 3rd on Showtime pay-per-view. Canelo and Alfredo Angulo will square off in a match of Mexican sluggers. Get a look inside the preparations to the fight with all access. It premieres next Friday night on Showtime. Here is a sneak peek.
Some bonds are born of blood, others of sweat. They make you strong. They make you whole. They make you ready. Then it's time to face your fears and failures as you face your opponent alone. This isn't about guys coming off a loss. It's about guys trying to be great. For fighters, it's not how you lose. It's how you come back.